George? Ready. George, are the mics on up here? On the table? Thank you.
All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the September 23rd Town of Monroe ZBA meeting. Can we start with roll call, please?
John Seeley?
Present.
Kevin Scully?
Present.
Steve Thaw?
Present.
My God, Zach Murphy.
Present.
Take a month off and I forget all your names.
Hey, can we please stand for the pledge? Matter of safety, I'm going to point out the fire exits. You have 2 exits to your rear and 2 exits to our right and left here. First is a public hearing, 2.1. I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher this name. Are they here? Why don't you come up and you say it?
And say it, because I want to hear it.
Yes. I was going to say the same thing.
Best for a watch. Flows right off the tongue, right?
How are you? Just make sure those microphones are on.
Check.
Yep.
Hello?
There you go. Okay. All right, so if you can give us an overview of the project again, I appreciate it.
So
Just real quick, so we're noticed for a public hearing tonight, right?
Oh, yes.
Yep, you have
So
to
we
open.
can take a motion to open the public hearing.
So we'll take a motion I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, I'm sorry, now you can.
So 276 Cromwell Hill Road, back in January, there's a fire and the house burned significantly. So now we're looking to rebuild, take it down and rebuild. And the house, we're going to go 8 feet 6 longer out the back. The house was already, the setbacks were off, so we're not changing it. We're just going a little bit further. It's pre-existing non-conforming. So before we knocked it down, we just wanted to make sure everything was all right to go a little bit bigger. So basically that's it. It's just going 8 foot deeper. The sides, like nothing's changing because we're going off of the existing foundation. The back, we're going 8 foot 6 deeper and sitting the house on piers. The rest of it on piers, we're not extending the foundation or anything like that.
In front of the house.
The existing foundation is actually
Foundation.
staying, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like the basement is the same.
Okay.
You know, then the second floor is like 8 foot 6 bigger. And then the deck goes 10 feet beyond from there. The same as existing, that the deck now is 10 feet beyond the existing house. So we're just kind of really moving everything out about 8 foot 6.
All right. George, you good?
Somebody walked in and
Oh.
Hello?
All right, is there anybody here in the audience that has any comments about this project? I guess not. Okay.
And for the record, so everybody, in case anybody's not sure, there's 5 variances that are required. 4 of them are just for pre-existing conditions that are not being impacted at all. It's lot area, which, is pre-existing, non-conforming, the lot width, and then the single side yard and total side yard. Those are all existing conditions. And then the only variance that I'm aware of that's being caused by the actual construction is the lot coverage. I think the existing lot coverage of the house, it built exactly what was there, is 33.8, if I'm understanding it right. And the lot coverage that you're requesting with the expansion in the back is 36.2%?
Correct, yeah, 33.2 and 36.2.
33.2, you said?
Yeah, that's what it says on the plan here.
0.2, okay.
Yeah, the existing non-conforming.
And you're building out to 36.2.
Correct.
Anybody on the board have any questions?
So there was also the shed there. Now, I don't know if that's included in the variance. It's been in the same spot for, I think, 45 years or something like that, the shed? the shed, right?
Not even on the app.
I
Yes.
think
It's noted on there.
It's on Ben's letter that the shed is so many inches close to the property line, so it is supposed to be moved to be within, I believe, 5 feet of the property line.
That on the application.
It's in the notice as well.
Shed, where you sitting? Like, sitting on the ground? Is it on a concrete pad? What kind of shed do we have?
it's sitting on stone, correct?
Okay, thank you.
So the shed is, I see it in the back there, that's part of, that's among the variances that are being requested? What's the distance to the rear and side property line, is that it?
According to Ben's letter, I can't get into this with this new system, it won't let me open the application. It says, to the best of my memory, that the shed was built too close to the property line, but I guess 45 years ago, there was no property lines that you had to worry about. So Ben was requesting that it be noted and possibly moved to the proper, I think it's 5 feet. So it had to be moved a couple of inches, I think, is what he asked in the letter.
I believe,
I can pull up a digital
remember this
copy,
now.
probably.
Do you
I
have
just- I don't know
Ben's
what-
letter?
I have the,
I got this letter. It says, shed is in violation because no permit on record, and it's in violation of section 57-38. It says accessory buildings and uses in any district, the placement of private garages and other accessory buildings shall be subject to the following requirements. No accessory building shall be constructed within 5 feet of any rear and/or side lot line. So he's saying you need to get a permit for the shed and move to comply with the above code, or get a variance and then a permit. So it looks like it's saying on the side property line, it's 1.1 feet, and on the rear property line, it's 3.1 feet, right? Is that?
Correct.
Yes. So are you planning on, were you planning on asking for a variance for that, or are you planning on moving it?
if it
or-
was possible, I mean, if it was, like I said, it's been there 45 years. I think the neighbors is also 1.5 feet. Like, I didn't know if that was,
yeah, the neighbors is also,
so I didn't, not really changing the neighborhood or anything, we wanted to see if possible. If not, we would have to move it, but, if possible.
Yes, sir? You want to
He
come
has
up?
to come up.
Please.
Yes, thank you.
I think just that area where, yeah.
Speak into the mic as well.
In that area, it's Cromwell Hill Road.
Try to speak into the mic. If you could just state your name and then speak into the mic, please.
Benjamin Vescoagini, owner of the property. On Cromwell Hill Road, where I live, I'm at the bottom of Cromwell Hill Road. So what I've been getting is I get every single drop of water that starts from the beginning of the hill down, and my property levels off. So what happens is, as the properties continue on down the hill, they keep on running off, and my property is, that's the pool. And no matter what we tried, you just can't avoid it. A lot of the underground earth is shale rock, so on and so forth. So it's almost an impossibility to, do something with regard to the water. So we just try to, we push it off to the sides a little bit. But to get to the shed, our problem was, in the original, we did have it at our 5-foot offsets, but then I was standing in 4 to 6 inches of water. So what we did is that we just pushed it back. Everybody in the neighborhood had to do it. We all just pushed it back as much as we can, and that was it.
Any other comments from everybody in the audience? Based upon that new information with the shed, does anybody on the board have any questions, comments, concerns?
Can we? Yeah, is it?
Well, did the, what is the, did the application include that? Because I feel like I missed it, but I'm not sure if it's my fault that I missed it or because I missed it because it wasn't in the application.
On there, but
It's not on the application?
yeah, no, I didn't think it was. Yeah, that makes sense that that's the process, that we would have to have you file the permit for the shed, and then we could talk about
Okay.
the zone. The way the water seems to be running back there, everybody's shed on that same line, if the neighbors aren't, upset with it, if they came really at the public hearing complaining about this, so, I mean, we'll have to look through it,
It's in the
but,
public hearing, I put the note,
yeah, I'm
I
just saying.
mentioned the shed within the notice.
It is
if
in the
you are
public hearing.
aware.
Yeah, it's in the public hearing notice.
Yes.
But it's not in the actual file, because it's gonna be two separate things going on there.
So in the letter of denial from the building inspector, mind if I just look at that again?
No, please.
The step process he has here is to either get a permit for the shed and move it to comply, or or apply for a variance and then get a permit.
Right, and that's what we were doing. We were
Can't
waiting.
address that, can we?
Is that correct?
Today.
I mean, to me, the biggest issue is the public hearing notice, right? If the public hearing notice didn't mention it, then I would say you definitely cannot address it, because the neighbors wouldn't have been on notice of the fact that that's the relief that's being sought.
And it's not a neighbor's application.
So that's the trickier part. So it's in the public hearing notice, but it's, I don't see it in the application. The application is looking at the bulk, lot size, property is currently residential, and the new structure will also be residential. The variance, I'm looking for where they're saying what the variance requested is minimal, doesn't change the existing front or side setbacks. In fairness, the application doesn't specify the lot area, lot width, side yards, and lot coverage either. It doesn't say it in the application. It's sort of embracing Ben's letter and saying, we want these variances, as near as I can tell, and it's got the plans that are attached to them. Honestly, let me see, and here's, so I got Ben's letter.
Is it in the table?
I don't see him talking about it in the table, but he is highlighting it in red in his letter, and his letter is part of the application. So, I mean, look, I think if it was, my view is you can address it. So long as it's in a public hearing notice, and it's in the letter, and the application is not separately laying out somewhere where I'm looking for only these 4 or these 5, and not including the shed, it's saying we're looking for everything that's in Ben's letter. And if it was in the public
And you
hearing
said
notice, I'm good with
it
it.
was noticed in that, right?
Yeah, I wrote it in the
Okay.
public hearing, and it's verbatim what he has in his letter.
So you think we're good to go?
I think you're good to go. I think
Okay.
you could address it.
All right. That's good news, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, so you could close the public hearing unless anybody has anything further from the applicant, and
Anybody else from the board has any questions, comments, concerns?
No.
All right, so taking that into consideration, I'll make a motion to close the public hearing. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
okay, so if you the board's pleasure is, you can make a decision anytime between now and 62 days from now. If you'd like to consider the 5 factors and the balancing test now, I could help step you through it.
5 factors.
All right, can you go over the 5 factors with us, please?
Okay, yep, as everybody knows, it's a balancing test. You have to weigh the benefit that the applicant is seeking against any detriment to the health, safety, and welfare to the community by reason of the grant of the variances. It's guided by 5 factors. The first factor is whether there be any undesirable change in the character of the neighborhood or any detriment to any nearby properties by reason of the variances.
No.
Next factor is whether the benefits sought by the applicant can be achieved by any other feasible means other than the granting of a variance. Alternative.
Right.
Next is whether the variances are substantial. Next is whether the granting of the variances would cause any adverse effect or impact on the environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district.
I don't believe so.
And last is whether the difficulty is self-created. And that's not determinative in an area variance, as you know.
One of them is.
Kind of
Yeah.
disagree.
20% of it is.
So obviously, it sounds like the factors have lined up in favor of a grant. You could take a motion to grant the variances sought. The typical conditions would be compliance with the plans submitted, payment of all due fees, and compliance with all other laws, rules, and regulations, unless anybody would.
That includes getting a permit for the shed.
Correct.
Yes.
Get
So
that
if you're
permit,
issued the variance, then you're going to have to get a permit after the fact.
or else someone will be in front of us again.
Right. All right, so as long as we're all good with it, that being said, I'll then make a motion to approve the request for the variance, as, with the stipulations as stated by council.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good. And you want to take a separate motion to direct me to prepare a resolution and then authorize the acting chair to sign it?
Can I make that?
Sure. Yes, you can.
All right, so I'll make a motion to have council draw up the resolution and have myself sign that.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 We're all good?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate
Have a
you
good
guys.
evening.
Have a good night.
So just how does that work? So now we have to go back before the...
You have to get the resolution from, once the attorney
Resolution
sends
first,
it
and
to
then we
me.
get the building permit?
Yeah, he won't be
Right.
able to do anything until he has the signed resolution.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. Give me a little time.
The building inspector doesn't,
Can I just ask you to speak into
Yeah,
the mic,
speak
please?
into the microphone.
Sorry about that.
if the building inspector doesn't.
Just, yeah.
If the building inspector is not in line with regard to your approval, can he stop this?
If he's not in line with our approval? No, we're issuing with a variance.
You have the variances.
Yeah.
There may be other building department
No, I don't
related
know,
issues.
because
Yeah, he's asking us to
We're-
make a decision. We made a
okay.
decision.
We're requesting your application for the variance is sought,
Okay,
okay?
yeah,
So
thank
you
you.
have a variance and that.
Okay, no, it was just that I've been hearing so many variable things, I said to myself is that I feel like I'm back in school, I'm going to the principal because I did something wrong.
I go to the vice principal.
You good? Have a good evening. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Have a good night.
Good night.
All right, next item on the agenda, item 2.2, public hearing for Donna Gallagher. How are you, Dave?
Hello, everyone. David Nimako with the architects for the project.
All right, so we're here for a public hearing tonight, so I'll make a motion to open the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That was you, John? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. I was trying to get to the new program.
So Dave, if you can give us a brief overview again of the project, appreciate it.
Absolutely. We have two vacant lots on Walton Terrace. The SBLs are 18419 and 18424. When we combine them, the total lot area equals 20,196, which exceeds the SR 15 zoning requirement of 15,000 square feet. So that's the purpose of combining the two lots to make the lot area compliant. In so doing, all of the other setback requirements are met except for the front yard setback. The zoning code requires a 40-foot front yard setback. We are requesting a 30-foot front yard setback to allow just a decent-sized footprint, actually a 30 by 50 footprint house to be situated on the site. We comply with lot coverage. We have the letter of referral from Norton and Torrey, who were the planning board attorneys at that time, and they rendered their decision consistent with our request for the front yard setback, and so we would like to proceed accordingly.
The planning board has approved that request.
They don't approve anything till you approve it.
Okay,
They referred the applicant here.
okay.
Right, yeah. So we presented to the planning board a set of technical documents. For them to proceed, they referred us to you to make the decision on the front yard setback. Once you do so, then we can go back to the planning board and continue the process.
Where are you with SECR there?
We only have one they declared themselves, I'm almost sure they declared themselves lead.
I
And
think I saw that in the letter
and I
of
think-
referral, that they did declare lead agency.
And I do believe they referred the plans already to the 239 referral. I'm not.
No.
No? I take that back. We did not refer it. Okay. That was wishful thinking on my part, so.
I see, so, and it's not, I thought they declared themselves lead agency, but they're not. They declared it to be an uncoordinated review.
As an
My first-
unlisted action.
I see, okay. So ordinarily, when the planning board would declare itself lead agency, what my advice is typically is that you can't decide anything in the planning board as coordinated review. The lead agency may have to issue the negative declaration before any other agency can act. Coming in here, that's what in my head, I thought that's where we were. But I see now in Ashley's letter that they didn't declare lead agency, they're just conducting an uncoordinated review. So that means each board independently would conduct its own secret review. The only complicating factor here is that I haven't prepared any secret documents. If the board is inclined to look at it and issue its own negative deck on its uncoordinated review. I'm just trying to think, can we get through this without a part 2 and a part 3 on the short form for this board? I think I need a part 2 and a part 3 for this board to handle secret properly. Unfortunately. Yeah. What all that means is I don't know, and I got the cart before the horse because nobody's asked the applicant anything, and I don't know where anybody is on the substance of the application. But I don't think that the board can act tonight. It has to act at the earliest next meeting because I'm going to need to prepare a part 2 and a part 3 for this board's own secret review. Because you have to vote on SECRA. You have to vote on SECRA. You have to issue a negative deck before you can vote on the variance. Let's say you were going to vote to grant the variance. You have to complete SECRA first, at least your part of it, your review.
And in doing so, do you want to leave the public hearing?
You can close it, and you could definitely close it if there's nothing further that you want. I just need to bring the documents for you to vote on next meeting because I don't have a part 2 or part 3 here.
Is there anybody from the public who would like to say something?
See by no show of hands.
Could I ask that the public hearing be closed?
You can close it. Unless anybody has any questions
Yeah,
for
does
the
anybody-
applicant, anything else that they want to hear or know, then
Yeah, I
if not,
actually
then we're
have
good.
one question. So it's the front yardage that would be that way no matter what. Am I correct? Like, that would,
What do you mean, the combination of the two properties, you're saying nothing's going to change?
nothing's going to change the front yardage on that.
Correct.
That's just the way that area is.
It's not a
That-
deep lot.
Yeah, those areas are just like that, so it's not, okay.
The other houses in that area that have similar front yard setbacks?
Actually, so that's my question to you. Do I present this while the public hearing's open or after you close? I like
You
to
have-
further
you have
our
comparables.
discussion.
Then I would definitely, while the public
Yeah.
hearing's open,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I'd like to further our discussion on the existing conditions surrounding this lot and the current front yard situations for the surrounding homes. So what we did is we prepared a document from Google Maps. Obviously, it's not exact, but it's close enough. With your permission, can I?
Sure. You have multiple copies or just one? Oh, great. Okay. Thank you.
Fresh on the plate.
Thank you.
2 for 2 already.
Do you have another one?
Back in the place over
I don't. In fact, I just gave mine away.
Yeah, I'll
need
give you
one
mine.
for the
It's everything
file.
on the block. I got it.
No,
Yeah.
I don't have a copy of it in front of me, but as you can
Exactly
see,
what it is.
many of the front yards are 6 feet, 12 feet, 25 feet, 32 feet. So we would be contextual with the neighborhood without question.
We're all over the place, and nobody's meeting the 40-foot.
Yeah.
No.
Have you guys been on
Yeah, I know.
the site?
I know
Yeah.
exactly where it
That-
is, yeah.
The houses
Exactly
on
where
the
it is.
road are clearly less
Yep.
than 40 feet away from the road. It's just a weird kind of lot lines up there,
It is,
you know?
yeah.
You got to work with what you
They're,
have.
they're weird today.
Yeah. Yeah.
They weren't weird back then.
Right.
Very normal.
Yeah.
A lot of things are weird.
Yeah.
Wait, can we strike a few things here from the record? All right.
Thank you for the insight on the comparables.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found that to be helpful in the office, so I wanted to share that with the board.
Definitely
Thank you.
helpful.
It's just confirming what I
Yeah.
was thinking. That
All right, so based upon that, is everybody okay? We close the public hearing then?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll make a motion to close the public hearing for Donna Gallagher.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was you again?
What we'll do, Don, Orion, when's the next?
That's the one that we,
Right, that's the early
23rd,
voting
I
issue?
think? I thought we voted on the 23rd, but I could be
yes.
wrong.
Yeah.
Thursday, October 23rd. As we had to move it due to early.
Dave, that's good on your end with the change? Thursday, October 23rd?
Somebody will be here from, either it'll be me or someone from my office.
Okay.
Absolutely. Now, do we prepare to part 2 and 3?
I would welcome it if you want to. It would save, instead of me charging your client for the time to do the part 2 and part 3, if you want to prepare it and then email it to me for review.
We have no problem with that, as long as that's acceptable to the board as a procedure in place, rather than submitting by a certain time and everything. I can have someone in my office prepare the part 2 and 3, send it to you for review, whatever comments you have, send it back to us, and then whatever is the result of that dialogue will be the final document.
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Yeah. It is,
That's fine with me. At the end of the day, what we need is a part 2 that will lay out what the potential impacts are, and the board will look at that and approve that, and then the part 3 is the declaration itself, which is, it's helpful to have that prepared. The other thing that you could do right now, if you'd like, you could discuss whether, how you kind of feel about the 5 factors without voting on it, and you could, that obviously gives me something to draft, and I could come to the next meeting potentially with a draft in hand that's ready. You could vote on my draft.
We get a flavor for everybody feels.
Yeah. So,
That would
So any comments, concerns, questions from the board?
No.
All right. Do you want to go over the 5 factors then?
Yeah, I mean, there's, obviously, everybody's aware that it's
Just
the
an
balancing
informal,
test. Does anybody, I mean, you all know the factors. Anybody
Yeah.
feel like any of the 5 factors that you're used to considering might weigh in anything other than a grant here?
I don't feel so.
Okay. I'll draft accordingly, and I'll have a draft ready for the board's review, hopefully by next meeting, and you can come and hopefully just vote on that. You could, yeah, for the sake of clarity, yeah, you can take a motion to ask me to draft with the applicant's input, EAF Part 2 and Part 3 with a negative deck, and for the board's consideration at the next meeting, and to draft a resolution for the board's consideration at the next meeting.
All right, so I'll make that motion as council just stated.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
All right, so we'll see you
Thank you.
Thursday, October 23rd.
Thursday. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good evening, everyone.
Take care.
Yeah.
So we have a quick add-on for new business, letter from Ashley Torrey, counsel for former counsel for the planning board, right?
Counsel for Plan.
Okay. And this is regarding Aaron Zimmerman, amended subdivision at 37 Dry Hill Lake Road, Monroe, SBL 25-3-14.22. And this is basically as planning board is acting secret lead agency for Aaron Zimmerman. Amended subdivision project requires town law 280A variance from your board. I'm writing on behalf of the planning board to ask if the ZBA has any comments on secret as involved agency for this matter. Does anybody from the board have any comments, concerns, questions?
Yeah, I do. Still don't understand how it gets voted on, being that it's a privately owned road and not a town road. Like, how?
Well, that's
Very
more like,
confusing to me.
well, the variance that they're requesting from this board is a town law, section 280A, which allows a lot to be built without direct access to a town road. So in and of itself, it's exactly that issue. It's saying, look, are you going to allow a variance from 280A to allow them to have access via this private road? And in connection with that, your job, when it's before you, is to look at those factors and see what's there in regard to the road.
Where do we leave as far as the applicant, as far as under law section 280A with the imposed 3 conditions? The applicant will widen the entire length of Dry Hill Lake Road to 22.5 feet. The storm drains that exist along Dry Hill Lake Road will be lowered below grade. I thought there was, and also resurface Dry Hill Lake Road from the northwest property line of Lot 1. But I thought there was some pushback from the current residents.
I don't think any
with
of
the
that was
widening,
done.
right?
I think that was what we're discussing.
Right.
They didn't make any effort to get those 3 things done. Some of them are, they can't just go out and do it. They would have to.
Sure, it requires
take area
resident
from,
approval.
residents. So they're not really passing any of those 3. But this is about secret. This isn't about our variance per se.
Right. Unless you think that there's an environmental impact, something that you had seen during the time that the applicant was before you that you'd like to bring to the planning board's attention on the secret issue, the environmental impact.
Well, that would be my one
That would
concern.
be my
is that-
only environmental question is about water runoff.
Yeah, I mean, the lot has a lake on it. I don't know, if they've done their due diligence to make sure that it's even. I have no idea on.
I mean, you're not conducting your own secret review here.
No.
So you don't have to get into it with any kind of level of detail, but if you wanted to, I mean, the letter is stating, please send any comments, right, to the planning board for consideration. So if you wanted to send a comment that we want to make sure that you're addressing the water runoff issues, that would be potentially appropriate. Just basically bringing it to their attention, bringing something to their attention.
Yeah, that would be my only consideration, is that brought to our attention by Arden Consulting Engineers as far as am I saying it right? I'm sorry, no. Zarin Steinmetz, about the water runoff.
Yeah,
That would be my only environmental concern or question to have addressed.
I think in some ways, what they're asking for is for us to improve drainage on one section, to improve the environmental impact down the road, because that's part of it, is they add drainage.
Well, I
But the
think-
lake is a whole nother question.
The drainage was approved, they just haven't done it.
Yeah.
That was what the situation is,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah,
Asking for
Yeah, they're asking to not do the 3 things
Right.
that we've asked them to do.
But that's not part
Well,
of the secret.
That's, no, secret is just specifically about the lot
The
condition.
lot
And if,
itself, okay.
in this scenario with the lake and the drainage, is it gonna be an issue? That would be my only concern in terms of,
yeah, the lake.
environmentally.
Right.
Zoning-wise, those are totally different issues.
So if you'd like, I could do a letter to the planning board on behalf of the board, on behalf of this board, saying, essentially in response to your letter dated September 23, the only secret-related comment that the board may have is just to provide you a copy of the June 3, 2025 letter from Zarin and Steinmetz and ask that you consider any drainage issues that you may find relevant, drainage and runoff issues.
I'm good with that.
You want to have a motion to have me draft a letter and send it along those lines?
So I'll make a motion for council to prepare a letter to send to the planning board regarding the environmental concerns that this board has. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
All right. With that, I'll make
Whoa,
a...
whoa, whoa. Wait.
Oh, we have a...
Came back.
What, can you come up?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You sure you want to talk? Things went well.
So we were issued the demo permit for the house, but we waited to get the variance. Are we good to proceed with the demo then, or do we need to wait for the letter, is I guess, my question?
Question for Ben.
Yeah, that's a
That's a
question
Ben
for Ben.
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, very good, thank you.
He already issued you the permit, or you just applied?
But because it was pre-existing non-conforming, I didn't want to knock the house down, just in
Yeah.
case you
Smart.
didn't say yes, because
Smart
then
move.
now the house.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if you give Ben a call, I think that's it.
Yeah, just to confirm.
Let them know that you were issued a
everything.
variance and how to proceed. Okay?
Thanks, guys.
Good night. All right, so with that, we'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.